Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices. We'll be looking at the S&P, the Nasdaq, and let's take a look at a couple of the frank stocks in the Nasdaq to see what's driving it there as well. And for the S&P 500 here, I'll just go to the hourly chart here. But as you know, we're looking for intermediate wave 3 here, and then we'll see a large correction. So we're very close to finishing that. So from minute wave 4 here, we're looking at wave 1 and wave 2 here, and then we're moving up into wave 3 here, then we'll look at wave 4 and then wave 5 here. So not a long way to go within this structure. From wave 2 here to wave 3, we expect wave 3 to be, well, the longest and the strongest, and we've certainly seen that from the get-go here in terms of 1 and 2, and then the third wave, and the fourth wave here, corrective wave for wave 4, and then wave 5 is in progress now, and we'll see 5 little waves move up here, then a little ABC correction. The correction here can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, or another way to look at that would be to look at the 38.2% retracement level or thereabouts. So once you've got your high in here, then you can look at your 38.2% here. But really what we're looking for here is we're looking for Friday to be bullish and Monday to be bullish. Of course, we've got the Thanksgiving in the US, so for the Thursday and the Friday, so there'll be low volume on the Friday as well, so that will also play play a part in this as well. So just be a bit mindful. It may leave wave 5 here a little bit lazy, but yeah, so that, let me just get that zone in here. So the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree and the 38.2% retracement level, so it can pull back into that space there, so just be mindful of that, and yeah, that's sort of where we are with it all. I suppose we should just take a quick look on the daily chart just to see where we are within this bigger picture. What does this wave 3 actually look like here? So this is what it looks like here. Just need to update. We're looking at the last little 5 waves up here, and we're looking for once this is completed here, we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, and once that's completed, then we'll be looking at an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and then wave 5 up here. And as you know, that's a part of a much larger correction up here as well, which I really think is quite sort of interesting, really, because wave 4 here, I can't give a time for wave 5 because wave 4 could be quite, out of the corrections, wave 4 could be quite complicated. It's where you get double zigzags, triangles, all those sort of things. They can be quite time consuming, so we're not quite sure if it will be simple or complex at this stage. We can also look at wave 2 to get an idea of that. But this wave 5 up here is really interesting, really, because if I go to maybe the monthly chart here, so this cycle degree here, so I mean, it even goes back further. I mean, this this trend that we're actually looking at here, I think it's pretty much starts in the French Revolution. So we're going back, into the the 1800s there, really, for all this, and basically wave in the bigger picture as well. Wave 1 and 2, wave 2 will be the 1920 crash from that point, so into the 30s, coming back from that point. So it's a long cycle that's actually, long play that's actually finishing here. So really, we're looking at, in here we've got, from this wave 4, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. So this is the 3, 4 that we're looking at, and then wave 5 here. So this will be the correction that, that all the doomsdayers that have, been talking about. They can kind of sense it, but they just don't know where it is. But this is where it's going to be at this point. So just looking at this on the weekly chart here while we're here. I mean, I should have started from the bigger picture really, but so from wave 4 here we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 here, and then 5 to here. Then wave 4 coming back to the wave 4 here, and then we've got this move up coming into play here. So that hasn't got much more to go up here before we get that ABC correction here, and then 5 waves to the upside here. This length here, because we've got the extension in wave 3 here, that means that wave 1 here and wave 5 will be roughly the same size here. So we can see how many weeks this has taken here. So that's roughly how many weeks that will take in that point there. The only one we don't know about is how complicated this wave 4 is going to be in here. Yeah. Okay, so just want to go and have a look at the NASDAQ here. So this is the same pattern here as well with the NASDAQ, just the 1 hour chart. So from wave 4 here, we're looking at wave 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we're looking up for 5 here, so much the same here. So 5 up to here for wave 3, then a little ABC pattern that can come back into group 2 here, into this space here, and then wave 5 up here. So wave 5 should be roughly the same length as wave 1 here, and take us up to 6,500. That will be our target area up here for this market. And if we have a look at, well, we've been using Amazon a lot, so we'll just continue to use Amazon. So we've looked at from the low here, it might just be better to go to the daily chart just to have a quick look here. So we were looking at wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C, then wave 1, and we had this as wave 2 here, but on the intraday we got our entry in here, and we're looking for wave 3 to go up nice, strong and long, and then we're looking for wave 5 to go up. This is just sitting on here though, in this case here. And we can put this over here somewhere, just roughly speaking there. So that's this little move coming up through here. So if I just go onto the 100 ticks here just to pace this out a little bit. So we've got other entries in here besides these ones. So we've got wave 3 and A and a B and a C for wave 4, then wave 1, wave 2 here. This could also be counted differently here as a really more complicated correction here with wave 4 over here as well. But I can still see with this leg here, we've still got further to go to the upside here. So with this one here, just stay long if you would long, but do expect a oops, I can't draw on this side of the tick chart, but in group 2 here, 65, 72 and 80, expect the corrective pattern to play out here, and then one more little push to the upside into the 1,200 here. Normally we look at Google, but I think we'll look at oh, Apple's okay. I was going to look at Facebook, but you know, it's all same. So here little bit different. We've got wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3 here, and wave 4 here. So now we're looking here as the same as the other markets, the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 up here. And we know that 8 is always a profit taking number, and we're in group 2 here, so we can actually put that on a little orange line here. Not that that means anything, it just helps define things a little bit. So we've got our medium level here, and then we've got group 2, 65, 72 and 80. So we should see this, you know, trade above the 180, but fail to find support on it and have a corrective pattern within this space here. All right, yeah, look, all these stocks are pretty much the same. There's a little bit more to the upside here, as I said earlier in the week with these markets. Yeah, it's just where we are. All righty, I'll leave it at that. Cheers.